This takes me back. My 8-year-old self took such an evil delight in pointing out to my 6-year-old sister that I knew more words than her. Who cares if I just made them up or they were spelled wrong? She's 6, so clearly I know best. The rules in Super Scrabble are, as far as I can tell, exactly the same as the board game. You can play it solitaire if you'd prefer, which gives you a time limit to score as high as possible with just your own words. You have a choice of playing the CPU or a friend via the link cable. Each player picks a tile, and the one with the letter closest to A goes first. You then choose your rack of 7 tiles and have to spell out words horizontally or vertically crossword style. Any placed word has to work in all directions and must connect to at least one other word. Each letter has various points designated to them, with harder to shift letters like X or Z earning higher amounts. And there are certain spaces that offer double and triple scores for letters on them or a whole word. Play goes on until there are no more tiles left, or neither player can place a valid word down, and the highest score wins. What the video game version offers is exactly that. It's cool for loners to be able to play against someone, and there are 5 different skill levels for the computer opponent. Well, it doesn't appear that it's any sort of intelligence level. Rather, the higher the skill level, the longer the AI gets to work out their move, so I suppose the game is scanning through a dictionary at a certain speed or something. You get 3 minutes for your own placements, and fortunately the placing of tiles is easy enough. Select the letter from your rack with A, move to the chosen square, and then hit A again. The cursor automatically goes back to the rack, and then once the next letter is selected, the cursor moves to the next square in your word. Efficient and easy. Once the word is complete, press select to verify it, and the game will scan its dictionary to make sure it's valid. Bear in mind though, this is a North American exclusive, so remember to spell certain words incorrectly. You know, like color. Now obviously in a little game pack like these were, it is hard to store the million or so valid words in English, so occasionally it won't recognize a totally legitimate word. The programmers acknowledged this and trusted you with an override option where you can allow the word anyway. Don't just plonk all your X's and Z's down and call it valid though, because that's cheating. You're only cheating yourselves, and really, what do you achieve from that, eh? If you accept the computer's ruling, then you forfeit your turn. There's a lot in there though. I managed to get the word ergotic accepted, so it gets pretty specialized. One little downfall I've noticed, it's only happened a couple of times, but when the AI places a blank tile, one that can represent any letter, and they need to designate the chosen letter, the game sometimes softlocks into constantly cycling through the alphabet for some reason. This goes on indefinitely, and sadly the timer has stopped by this point, the only option being to reset. Apart from that, the coding is totally on par. I like that the entire board is fit into the screen all at once, very economically. You can just play the game without being hampered by the technology. You might think this is a silly point to bring up, but believe me, it wasn't always the case. The music is kind of annoying, but wholly unnecessary, so just turn it off. If you're playing this, you're probably on the train anyway. Don't be that guy. Thanks so much for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts on the game down below, and if you can spare a second, give the review a quick thumbs up, it really helps out. Subscribe to the Portable Power Podcast for a new Game Boy review every day from Monday to Friday. Or alternately, new episodes of the podcast drop every Saturday and Sunday on whichever platform you get your pods. See you later on.